Hello, everyone. Welcome to another video of the channel Curioverse, where we explore the most curious and amazing facts about the universe. Today we are going to talk about one of the most intriguing and exciting questions in science. Is there life beyond Earth? How can we find it and what would it look like? Stay tuned until the end to find out. Before we start looking for life on other planets, we need to define what we mean by life. This is not an easy task, as there is no universal agreement on what constitutes a living organism. However, NASA has proposed a working definition that says, life is a self-sustaining chemical system capable of Darwinian evolution. In other words, life is something that can maintain itself, reproduce itself, and adapt to its environment. But what are the conditions that make life possible? Well, based on what we know from life on Earth, there are some basic requirements that seem essential. These are a source of energy, such as sunlight, chemical reactions, or geothermal heat. A liquid medium, such as water, that can dissolve and transport molecules. A set of organic molecules, such as carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen, that can form complex structures and reactions. A stable environment that can protect life from harmful radiation and extreme temperatures. Of course, these are not the only possible conditions for life. There may be forms of life that are very different from what we are familiar with, and that can survive in environments that we consider hostile. For example, some scientists have speculated that there could be life based on silicon instead of carbon, or on ammonia instead of water. These are called exotic or alternative forms of life, and they are very hard to predict or detect. One way to search for life on other planets is to look for biosignatures. These are indicators of biological activity that can be observed from a distance. For example, some biosignatures could be the presence of certain gases in the atmosphere, such as oxygen, methane, or ozone, that could be produced by living organisms. The variation of brightness or color of a planet over time, that could reflect changes in vegetation or seasons. The presence of liquid water on the surface or under the ice, that could provide a habitable environment for life. Another way to search for life on other planets is to send probes or rovers to explore them directly. These missions could collect samples, perform experiments, and look for signs of past or present life. For example, some missions that have done or are doing this are the Viking landers, that searched for signs of microbial life on Mars in the 1970s. The Cassini-Huygens probe, that explored Saturn and its moons Titan and Enceladus in the 2000s. The Curiosity rover, that is studying the geology and climate of Mars since 2012. The Perseverance rover, that landed on Mars in 2021 and will look for evidence of ancient life and collect samples for future return to Earth. The Europa Clipper mission, that will launch in 2024 and will fly by Jupiter's moon Europa to investigate its potential habitability. There are many places in our solar system and beyond that could potentially host life. Some of them are Mars. The red planet has been a target of interest for decades, as it shows evidence of having had a warmer and wetter past. There are signs of ancient rivers, lakes, and oceans on its surface, as well as minerals that could have formed in the presence of water. There is also a thin atmosphere that contains traces of methane, which could have a biological origin. However, Mars is now very cold and dry, and its surface is exposed to harsh radiation. Therefore, if there is any life on Mars today, it would have to be underground or in protected niches. Europa. One of Jupiter's moons, Europa is covered by a thick layer of ice that hides a global ocean of salty water. This ocean could be heated by tidal forces from Jupiter and contain organic molecules from comets or meteorites. There could also be hydrothermal vents at the bottom of the ocean, providing energy and nutrients for life. Europa's ice shell could also protect life from radiation and impacts. Enceladus. Another moon of Saturn, Enceladus is similar to Europa in having an icy crust and a subsurface ocean. However, Enceladus also has geysers that erupt from cracks in the ice and spew water vapor and ice particles into space. These plumes contain organic molecules and hydrogen gas, which could indicate the presence of hydrothermal activity and possibly life. The Cassini probe flew through these plumes and sampled their composition, but did not find conclusive evidence of life. Titan. The largest moon of Saturn, Titan is the only other world in our solar system that has a thick atmosphere and a hydrological cycle. However, instead of water, Titan's cycle involves liquid methane and ethane, which form lakes, rivers, and rain on its surface. Titan also has a rich organic chemistry, with complex molecules forming in its atmosphere and on its surface. Some scientists have proposed that Titan could harbor life based on methane instead of water, or that it could be a prebiotic world, where the ingredients for life are present but not yet assembled. Exoplanets. These are planets that orbit other stars than our Sun. Thanks to advances in technology and astronomy, we have discovered thousands of exoplanets in the last few decades, and some of them could be similar to Earth in size, temperature, and composition. Some of these exoplanets are located in the habitable zone of their stars, which is the range of distances where liquid water could exist on their surfaces. However, finding life on exoplanets is very challenging, as they are very far away and hard to observe. We need powerful telescopes and instruments to analyze their atmospheres and look for biosignatures. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video about the possibility of life on other planets, one of the most fascinating and important questions in science. If you liked it, leave your like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss the next videos. And if you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments. A hug and see you next time.